Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. What's Trabmatic, man? Back with another late night special for y'all. Hey man, we got a good one for tonight. Y'all are going to want to tune in to this series. It's some very important information. Some very important events that are going on at the moment right now. And we all need to be known. We all need to be aware. We all stand same country. No matter what color, what race, you are a native to this country or a legal citizen in this country. You just need this. How you doing, everybody? Once again, this is the Trabmatic Report. It feels good to be back, man. It feels great. It feels so great. I am back with yet another great episode tonight. We're doing this live from the bedroom. Now, y'all know technology has come a long way. Back in the days, you would have had to have an old nice little setup with about 3 mixers, somebody recording, things like that. Right now, I can do everything by myself. I can just get on here, hook up my mixer, plug it into the laptop, get a few things going, put it on this program right here, which is StreamYard. Shout out to StreamYard. They have a definitely great program, basic program that you can pretty much use, set up yourself, put all your images, your overlays, really put your brand on here with whatever you're doing, man. It's actually great. And I just love today's technology. It's definitely what we need, especially for stuff like this. This is the age of information, and today we're finna get a lot of information. Shout out to all my YouTube viewers. Shout out to all my Facebook viewers. Right now, it is almost 1 o'clock in the morning, but I know I got a lot of night owls out there. That's probably up watching conspiracy theory videos or some crazy, scary, whacked out TikTok videos. No matter what you're doing, I would like to take your attention right now as we go into some deep convo about what's going on in today's country. Now, to some, we might just blow it off. It might not be alarming to most, but this is a very alarming situation we got going on in America right now. We have what we got called a border crisis going on. A border crisis. Now, down in Texas, in Eagle Pass, Texas, to be exact, we have the governor of Texas, Gregg Abbot. He has been in a fierce battle with the Biden administration over the immigration laws in the border and the southern border. He has been putting razor wire, all over the border, all over the fences, the walls. He's trying to keep people up out of there, from getting into Texas. And when I say people, I'm talking about illegal immigrants. Now, years ago, I never thought I'd be talking about this subject. I never even thought I'd be talking about anything too much political on this podcast. But tonight we got to get political. And tonight we got to talk about a few things because it directly affects all of us, especially the ones that stay in the urban core. No matter what color you are, no matter what status you are, no matter what you identify with, this affects you in somewhat way. And if not in many ways, what we're talking about mainly is the immigrants coming over here and it's being too many of them, and they are being provided with resources that many Americans are not. And at the moment, it has a lot of people in the big urban core cities frustrated, mainly New York City and Chicago. Now, I do have some videos and some clips to show y'all and give y'all a little insight of what's really going on in these cities and how it's impacting the people up there. You got some people that's in there, they're giving their thoughts on some of these things, and it's just a wild ride right now. Now, a lot of y'all last, before I get into this, a lot of y'all last 4 years ago, we can remember like it was yesterday. That was the COVID crisis, the whole pandemic, and it was election time. Now, election time is always an interesting time because something grand always has to happen. Something big, something that shapes and reshapes society in some way. And it seemed like it's always happened. It's been like that since I think I've been a kid. Since I've lived through what? How many presidents now? Um, Clinton era, Bush era, Obama era, the Trump era, now the Biden administration. And it's just always something big and significant to happen in the every 4 year span of these elections. And of course, we know politicians, they do a lot of shicey stuff. If you are on the conspiracy theory side like me, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And we'll save that deep conversation for another episode. But for right now, we're going to stay on the task at hand and basically just talk about like everything that's going on in America with this immigration thing is just really bugging me out because I'm trying to get my head wrapped around really what's going on and why it has become such a big deal in just the last few years actually. But in the last few months it has actually took it has been like 10 times far more worse than what we'll probably ever see. And you people that voted for certain that advocated for these silly behind people that we got in office right now. Granted, I'm one of the firm believers that our votes don't matter anyway. So, I'm not gonna sit here and play the blame game and say, "Oh, it's your fault. It's this fault. Why we here and this fault. Why we there." I'm not gonna do that. That's nothing. I don't want to do some stuff like that. I actually want to get down to the bottom and the root cause of everything and why certain things are going on the way they are. And this is crazy. I mean, like I said, I got a string of videos. I got a few things that I'm going to show that should raise concern to every American. I don't care what you stand for or how you feel. Now, if you are one of those hard, just outright, just liberal folks, then okay, yeah, maybe you might not understand it, and I don't think I expect you to. But when it come down to it, we don't want to be the ones that told you to say that we told you so. Okay, this is um this is some critical stuff. Now so far with the whole immigration thing, like I tell people, I'm not against immigration. I actually embraced all other races or cultures. Um, of course, we all have friends and family that's derived from immigrants or some in some type of way we intertwine and we intermingle with each other, no matter what, legal, illegal, it is what it is. But on this type of path and trajectory that we're going and what is happening, it's getting to the point like now we're going to be disenfranchised. We are being what they say. Some people on in the mainstream media say we are being invaded. So and it is definitely an invasion. I don't know what's going on. Well, I do know what's going on, but so far as like what's going on and what's going to happen so far as like with this election and with this immigration and border crisis, I don't. This is going to shape something big for this election to happen. So it's definitely going to be something good to pay attention to. And it's it's let's just go ahead and dive into some of these videos before I get like too deep into my thought process. I want y'all to know and see exactly what's going on. See exactly what we are facing right now in this country. Now, I'm gonna start with a few videos. I'm gonna start with this video. I think this is the one with the people in Chicago, and they're basically talking about pretty much what's going on up there and how they are giving these immigrants, these illegal immigrants, to they're just pushing into the states vouchers and grants, and at the end of the day, moving people out especially in the urban communities and to all the urban folk, my fellow black people, this you already know they're gonna try, this is gonna impact us heavily. So y'all go ahead and check these few videos out I got, and we'll talk about them briefly.
Harlem residents went looking for answers Thursday night about a once luxury building on Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard. The development has sat empty for the past decade until this week when neighbors noticed boxes of bunk beds being loaded in.
We were trying to find out what was going on, and we weren't getting any answers to our question.
They learned City Hall was planning to turn the building into temporary housing for asylum seekers.
No, I don't agree with it turned into a sanctuary for asylum seekers. No, when we have people right here that need the space.
While neighbors were gathering to share their concerns, Mayor Eric Adams dropped in to answer questions.
You are the mayor. We do not want to hear excuses.
But the mayor announced a change of course.
I told the team, find out what's going on here. We're not moving folks into a brand new building when you have long-term needs into a community. That's not going to happen.
The luxury building will instead be a shelter for long-term New York City families.
You will not have migrants and asylum seekers in that property.
Residents told me they're relieved for the change, but frustrated by the city's lack of transparency around opening a shelter in the first place. Many wish they had more input about the building's future.
Yeah, so as you see, that particular video right there was in New York and Harlem right there. And it's a lot of people sitting there. I mean, it's a lot of people talking, coming out and talking about this now. Now, as you know, New York City is a very, very powerful democratic state. So and I always, I'm not gonna be the one to be like, oh well, I told you so and stuff like that. I don't do stuff like that. But they went hard for a lot of those reforms up there for a lot of this type of stuff to go on, and it's just wicked. It's just wicked what's going on. So it's just like almost like they just turning a lot of these urban cities inside out, and pretty much just flooding people in there that really taking resources from American citizens that's been here for decades, for centuries, man, and that's just not fair to us at all. So we really need to be standing up and asking this administration, these people in our states and the courthouses, asking them questions. Of course, I stay in the state of Florida, so we actually got an upper hand on this stuff right now. With Governor DeSantis actually, put a few laws in that at least slow down the spread of illegal immigration that's going on. And but I do want to keep monitoring what's going on in Texas closely, because that can spiral out of control quickly. And we're gonna get into a little bit more of what's going on, and I'm gonna show a few more videos, and we gonna keep diving in. Y'all stay with me.
How do you take a new group of people that have paid no taxes, can't vote, and you put them in front of the voters?
I'm not going to pay them no damn taxes.
And so we say this to you, Mayor, Governor, President. If you think that they're that powerful that you have to acquiesce and answer to them over us, then you tell them to vote for you in these next elections.
That's right.
You tell them to support your Democratic National Convention. And we're going to show you how we feel about the Democratic National Convention.
Turn it out. Thank you.
If you think you're going to have a peaceful Democratic National Convention in the city of Chicago while our people are starving,
that's right.
Stay tuned. Office for them.
Yep. The black folks are starting to stand up. They starting to understand what's going on and what's going the plot in a lot of these Democratic led cities. They're starting to understand that they have we've been disenfranchising these Democratic overran cities. And right now, I stay in Jacksonville, Florida. So Duval, man, we a Democratic city officially now, damn near really. We got Donald Deegan in office, and it's a lot of Democratic crap been going on up in this city. And I mean, I'm not one of the politics because I ain't a Republican either. I really think both of them slime me on the other end. But when I think about how the Democrats run stuff, but that junk, they're crazy. It's just crazy. It's just like it's a facade. They wanna make it seem like they for you. But the whole while they just tearing your ass down. And man, that's just it just eats you alive. And the same way with a lot of people in those Republican parties. And at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of them, they all in cahoots and they work with each other to get these type of little crises and stuff going on. But I digress from that, man. We just gonna go ahead and we're gonna watch a few more videos, man. Y'all stay in tune. Y'all stay with me because I mean it's I want y'all to get as much information on this as y'all can because it's gonna be important in the future. And we gonna always be able to look back on this video on what it is, February the 17th, 106 to be exact. And you can always say, boy, the Trabmatic Report told you so.
Texas National Guard seizing control of a park that's been at the center of this migrant crisis. It's called Shelby Park. It sits along the Rio Grande River. It served as a landing point for illegals crossing into the U.S. in more than 2 years.
It's a rather remarkable situation. Behind me right now is Shelby Park, the park that you were referring to. Our viewers may recognize it. Our cameras have been here for about 2 years now, showing you the mass illegal immigration that happens right here in this park. Well, now under Governor Abbott's emergency declaration, the Texas National Guard has seized control of this park and some surrounding land along the river, put up fencing and razor wire, and kicked out federal Border Patrol agents, arguing that it's the Biden administration that has perpetuated illegal crossings. So Texas is going to control this land from here on out. Our crews have seen what appears to be Texas National Guard blocking Border Patrol agents from key areas of the operation here. And senior Border Patrol agents confirmed to Fox News that BP has pulled resources to avoid a confrontation. Another added layer, the mayor of Eagle Pass says he was completely caught off guard by this move. He does not agree with his park being taken over and is looking into his legal options. We will be here outside of the park over the next couple of days. We'll keep you updated on how the situation unfolds, Bill.
They're trying again. All right, Governor Abbott, there he goes. Matt Finn, thank you. Live in Eagle Pass.
Yep, and Governor Abbott, man, he going hard about this right now, which I mean I can't blame him, man. Looking at how it's going and just the way that they're dealing with it is to the point like, okay, man, damn, all these people flooding in here, they flooding in here legally. We trying to keep them out. We want to protect our state and our best interests, and then the rest of the other states. So, if you did see they got a lot of other states going down there to Texas, National Guardsmen that's going down to Texas and also helping out with the border crisis. And like I say, this affects a lot of us in the urban communities because a lot of these immigrants, this is the first place that they're going to go to try to find opportunity, to try to find, living in arrangements. But for the most part, I just think the awareness of it is for us to know what's going on. And I think after a while we can start getting solutions once we see how to play it. But right now, this is an ongoing situation that could spill over, and if it spill over too fast and it get too bad too quick, it'll be even too late to even be like, well, damn, and really catch what's going on, because it's gonna be a lot of messed up stuff. And I mean, if you know, like I know, I think our government gotta be doing a lot of shicey stuff. I actually think they bringing a lot of these people over here, and I'm gonna end up showing y'all a video in a few of how they are, bringing a lot of young men from other countries over here, like young men that not saying it's I don't get me wrong, I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with nobody going to another people places to find opportunity, but we need our opportunities here too, and we've been disenfranchised as a people ourselves for too damn long to sit back and just watch this shit happen and not do nothing about it, or at least just not prepare ourselves and get other people aware of what's going on. Um, it's gonna be very important this year that if y'all do believe in voting and you do believe in putting the right people in office, that is what we do, and we hold these people accountable. And 2020 had taught me a lot. 2024 though, I'm definitely looking to see what's in store, because I'm low key looking forward to this spilling over, because I think it'll spark a new change in America. But at the same time, I think this might be the ultimate demise. But I digress from that. Let's just go ahead and watch a few more videos and just show you how many people in these different cities are being impacted by the different views. And mainly the videos that I got, mainly the cities that's featured in them is New York City and Chicago. And like I say, these are some of two of the grandest and the biggest Democratic states in the country right now. Like they live and bleed the blue donkey or whatever it is, the donkey, the elephant. It's one of them. Politics ain't all my thing, but yeah, y'all watch this video.
Amen. They are finally waking up. Let me start. NPR reported from August of last year to December of this year, they will spend $252 million on the migrants. $252 million. 17,000 migrants coming to this city. And just in Chicago. If we just break that in half and they become families, you got 8,500 families. Hispanics have 3.5 children. I'm submitting to you, in one generation, just one generation, the black vote will be null. They will have an additional 24,000 people on the voting roll, along with the Hispanic population already here. They're playing chess, and you all are playing checkers. You are damning our youth, our next generation, to poverty by you all doing these political speeches. One generation, our youth, our vote will be null in all of these 6 sanctuary cities. And what are you going to do about that?
Yeah. And I guess that is another thing that a lot of people's talking about is the votings. And see, me personally, I will have to contradict to go back on what I just said earlier about let's make sure we get and try to get the right people in office. But I did also say, if you believe in that. Me personally, I don't. I think we need to start just being a lot more proactive in our own communities and showing these people that we mean business. So then they have no choice but to come out and be like, okay, this is what they're doing. Now we need to respond. I ain't talking about no rioting. I ain't talking about no stupid stuff like that, because that, you can't get too much done fighting fire with fire. It really has to be some organization, and it really has to be some thought into what goes on when these things like this with this immigration and stuff like this impacts us. And voting really should be the least of our worries, because there's going to be a lot more resources that we going to be left out of because of this. Especially with all the laws that they got in place, and they just don't mind giving people just giving people from other countries so much more than what we get, and we sitting right here in this damn country. It's just a shame. And it just ain't black people. You got a lot of white people talk about the same thing. I mean, I think white people, if we want to be, they always felt like, people was coming and trying to take the country over and take it from them. But now they really see that it never was anybody else, and now it's really happening though. So yeah, we all better start getting together and tackling this thing, because it's getting real, y'all. It's getting real. But let's go ahead, man. We're gonna go ahead and turn to this video with our governor, our own governor from down here in Florida, DeSantis. Y'all know he's running for president, and I won't be probably getting into no booths going to vote for none of them, because I still think DeSantis running for president is kind of like a gimmick. I don't look too much into it, because somewhat I still don't think he'll win. I think it's going. I don't know. I don't think he's fit to be a president. Maybe he can be probably a little too over the top conservative about a lot of stuff he say. I think he has great intentions, but sometimes they just come out in the wrong way. Same way I felt about Trump, and but I do respect him. He did put a certain things in. Ever since the pandemic, Florida has been running. It has been running fluidly, so I have no hate against the man. He actually has put in some great policies that has kept us afloat. So, this is what we are dealing with in Florida so far as immigration, and good thing that our governor took a step on it.
What the bill does is a number of different things. This makes Florida the largest state in the country to do full E-Verify for employment. And that's important, because if people are going to come if they get benefits, and so what you want to do is say there's not benefits for coming illegally. You're either here as a native or you come legally, and those are two fine things. But to come across the border and end up getting benefits in Florida, does not make sense. So it's already against the law for someone to be employed if they're here illegally, but the E-Verify provides a way to make sure that that's enforceable. So we think that that's something that's going to make a big difference. Senate Bill 1718 also enhances human smuggling penalties in Florida and subjects offenders to prosecution under the Florida RICO Act, which was a recommendation from the statewide grand jury that we had.
Yeah, and that was DeSantis right there. Pretty much saying that people have to E-Verify. That illegal immigrants will pretty much have to E-Verify to come and get employment like that, which is, like I say, it's important, because we have to do the same thing in this country to get employment, and it's going to come a time when this economy is shrinking like it is, that it's going to be hard. Now, you got to compete with a million two other immigrants in your city that'll work for dirt cheap, take that same money, send it back to their country. Anything happen majorly, they get deported, or they just go back to their country and they living good, while we still stuck over here in the same situations. So understand, it's a big deal, but awareness is key, and everybody should know what's going on. So in my audience, I decided to definitely talk about this, because I feel like, hey, I want to have an upper hand on it. I want to know what I can do to help make the change, get these people, if they're going to come over here legally and they're going to do what they got to do right, even if, you still regulate that at a time too. We really got to find a way to take care of the people in our own country, though. And it's just not been happening. We still got a lot of homeless veterans. We still got a lot of homeless kids out here that is running in and through out of foster care and foster homes and stuff like that. It's a lot that we haven't even tackled in this own country, and we got all this money to help millions and millions and millions of other immigrants. It just baffles me. And I think I'll since understanding how immigration and the laws and the different perks that they get from coming over here is just crazy. So it's just like, damn, what perk did I really have for being American just to say I'm an American? No. But I digress. Once again, I digress. It's just crazy out here, what they say, God bless America. And I say, as long as I'm not pretty much a patriot, as you could say, but I grew up in this country. I do have respect and love for it. We have our flaws. We have government with ill agendas, but genuinely, it's a lot of great people in this country, and it's about time for us to start sticking together. I think that's the biggest message through this all, because we are being invaded. After a while, people be coming up in your goddamn house. Don't speak the damn same language you speak, busting you across your head. Now, that's not to say, because I don't want to be one of those people where they say, "Oh, you sound racist" and stuff like that. I'm not saying everybody that comes over here, immigrants, is tyrannical or anything like that. I actually think majority of them are actually great, hardworking people. But on this scale, it just can't happen. And we got to try to start the bleeding now before we bleed out, and this country is no more. But let's go on.
So what Joe Biden is doing is threatening our state sovereignty. And if he does federalize the National Guard, the Texas National Guard, that'll be unprecedented. That is actually activating federal guard and telling them to stand down and not protect the United States. I don't think we've ever had soldiers activated and told that they were being activated so that they would not protect and defend the United States of America. So we're in unprecedented times, and I'm incredibly proud of the men and women that are here on this border today, making sure that they're trying to slow down this invasion.
And as you see, Fox News. Now, y'all know, I hate news media and stuff like that. I really do. And in theory, this could all just be a whole nother psyops. This could be another thing to keep our mind off something that's really going on. And I can't say maybe it is one of those situations, but I have been out here and I have seen some crazy stuff. Me and my partner over here, we've been around some pretty. I can't say there was bad people and anything, but illegal, yes, illegal for sure. And I'm talking about influxes, and it's getting to the point now they're shutting you out. It was about six. It was quite a bit of them. And there's some real crafty people. They will stick together, and they will stay on top of each other, live under that same roof, and make it happen. Nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I love that drive. I love that work ethic. But man, and a lot of us, we bust our ass, we work hard, man. And still can't get your goddamn credit score to stay at a goddamn decent rate. It's just crazy. These people, these come over here with no credit score and get about damn that 10 bands to live. I need that. I'm a 30-year-old. I'm a 30. I'll be 32 in a few more weeks. I'm strong. I can work. I can do a lot to provide and give back to this country. But this country don't see it like that, obviously, especially under this current administration. And who's to know that it was the same way with in the Trump administration? I get to the point, then I just start questioning a lot of this stuff, and I'm just like, what is really going on? It's crazy. But I guess for life is essential. And this is just one of those times where we all, hopefully we can live through it in a few more years. We can look back and things are just a tad bit better. We feel like, damn, we made it through that crazy ass time right there. But let's just get a move on, get a little move on it, get a little move on it, man. We had a 35-minute mark, going on a 36-minute mark, and it's been a quiet night. It's been a pretty peaceful night. I got Miss Kia with me here. She is here, sitting here looking crazy, like a little cute bird. But I digress from that. I, just want to take a little small little time to just admire the other things in life. But back to this whole immigration thing, and oh man, I don't know. I think I'm just getting to the point where I'm just like I'm kind of over everything that happens in this country now, and I'm just tired of talking about it. So for a while, I have been gone. I haven't been even talking about or even thinking about a lot of this stuff. But looking at the news, seeing what's going on, and seeing some of the experiences that I've seen, actually seeing what's going around me, it has nothing to do with me being racist. So do not get your happy-go-lucky ass anywhere around saying Travis racist or he thinks like these conservative white folks. Da 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 da. No, I'm just being real, and you got a lot of other black folks that's being real with you on these videos that I just showed you. People are waking up and they are noticing now. It was a lot of y'all was mad at DeSantis a few years ago when he started making the little immigration laws. People was mad. But as this situation worsens to go on, you will see why maybe he probably was right. And the ones mad at Gregg Abbot right now, maybe y'all will see later on that maybe he was right. Just maybe. But this is America. And I think a lot of us live and love to live on these facades. It's crazy, but yeah, it's life. But let's move on. I'm gonna show y'all this other video. We're gonna get down to a little bit of the bottom. Now, this is another one in Chicago. And this is what's going on. I don't know what projects they didn't really say, but y'all go ahead and check this video out.
At first it was in Harvey, now it's in Chicago, literally, G. They making all these people get out. Every last one of these people get out. Look how they just started and gave them people 1,500. A 1,500 voucher. Baby, it's a lot of kids stay in this mug and everything. They bogus as hell. I ain't gonna lie. This some sick shit. Look at these people shit. They bogus as hell. They got the people gas out there and everything, y'all. They done boarded it up. What I just don't fucking understand is how they can get these fucking migrants $9,000 in the state of Illinois, but look what they doing to our own fucking people.
Well, that's what you vote for. That's what you voted for. Not even that's what you voted for. I think that's just a lot of energy that people wanted in. And for some reason, I don't see how we thought, even just looking at it, that maybe that was the right thing to just accept a whole bunch of crazy people in that we don't really have no real legal identity on. And I ain't saying crazy like in the will they just gonna come on here and I'm just saying like just in general. I I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's go to this next video. Now this one this video I'm finna give to show y'all. It kind of give me confirmation on shortly before all this stuff happened. Is a few years back, and somebody talked about how they're gonna, be dumping most of these immigrants. The majority of them will be middle age. I mean, young men, and yeah, young man. And what the problem with that is, I think more so is they're going. I mean, I don't know, man. It's. I can't even say I can pinpoint a big problem. Besides the fact that what are these men capable of? There's so many of them. None of them coming in with wives or children. It's just crazy. But y'all go ahead and check this video out.
Ecuador.
¿A dónde vas?
Nueva Jersey.
Where you from?
Senegal.
Where you going?
Washington.
Where you from?
Guinea.
Where you going?
Atlanta.
Where you from?
Senegal.
Where you going?
New York.
Where you from?
Senegal.
Where you going?
New York.
Where you from?
Guinea.
Where you going?
New York.
Where you from?
Guinea.
Where you going?
New York. New Jersey. Guinea. From New York.
¿A dónde?
New York.
¿De dónde?
Texas.
You? You?
Texas.
You?
Guinea.
You?
Ecuador.
You?
Ecuador.
You? ¿A dónde?
Minneapolis.
¿Y tú?
Ecuador, Demorin.
¿Y tú?
America.
¿A dónde? Espérate. ¿A cuál? Where you going?
New Haven.
You?
Ecuador.
¿A dónde?
Minneapolis.
You?
Guinea.
¿A dónde?
New York.
You?
Guinea. New York.
Where you going?
New York.
You?
New York.
You?
New York.
You?
New York.
You? You? You?
California.
You?
Texas.
You?
Seattle.
You? You?
California.
You?
Nepal.
You? Where you going?
Texas.
You?
Texas.
You?
Texas.
You?
Nueva York.
You?
New York. New York.
New York. You? New York. You?
Colorado.
Colorado. You?
California.
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 You?
California.
California. California. California.
New York.
New York.
Wait. Thanks.
Where you going? Atlanta.
Yes.
You?
Atlanta.
Atlanta. You?
New York.
New York. New York.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Where you going? Where you going?
Senegal.
Senegal. Where you? Ecuador. Where you going?
Mali.
Where you going?
Guinea. I want to go New York.
Where you going? ¿Dónde vas?
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Where you going?
Guinea.
Where you going?
Guinea.
You?
Johnny.
No. Go.
New York.
Thank you. You?
New York.
Where are you coming from?
New York.
Where you going?
New York.
New York?
Boston.
Boston?
New York. New York.
Nah, this is my thing. Where all these damn Africans came from, and why the hell they got their ass bunched up in Mexico like that? Can somebody explain this to me? Huh? Dog. What? Don't ask me why it's a problem. You think about it. I digress from that, man. I'm just conclude everything with just like everybody need to be aware of what's going on. Keep yourself protected. Keep yourself in the know to know what you need to do next to feed your family. Just to put yourself in the right position to at least be on top when all this stuff really hit the fan and start going into fruition. Now, they got the concept because I didn't even get to get on it. And the concept right now of Biden and his administration saying that they will federalize the Texas National Guard is just crazy. Like, why? That means y'all gotta have some cahoots with getting these people in here. Y'all gotta. Because ain't no way you tell the government not to protect a state and the country that we govern. And Texas has been trying to get away from the United States after a few things happened. After the Obama election, which when I was young, I looked at it like, damn, they that racist. They that messed up in the head. And when he became president, when Obama became president, I never forget Texas did what they tried they what they succeed what they wanted to write that and get up out of the United States. Now that I know what I know about the Obama administration, this is exactly what them boys were talking about and why Texas was trying to go get the hell up out of there when Obama was in there. Granted, they stayed, and it's hard because you got to get a certain number of votes, if I'm not mistaken, for that to even happen. And Texas standing alone might be, pretty dope, but nah. If that ever, and I mean, Texas got enough guns now. If it does happen, and they have to protect that border with just them and just regular citizens, they can do it. I tell you that for sure. But it's just crazy. But other than that, man, I guess I want to just conclude this whole show with y'all just keep y'all head on in the right path, all right? And don't be worried about no goddamn Charles and Netta. Oh Lord. See Charles and Netta done took over. Ain't nobody worried about getting their ass took over by immigrants. We out here worried about Charles and goddamn Netta. Goddamn right around the corner, the Venezuelans got a whole goddamn cartel waiting to goddamn take over your goddamn neighborhood. And you over here listening to Charles, your lunch is ready. But I digress, man. I'm having a little bit of fun right now. After a while, I'm gonna conclude it, man. I actually want to do a part. I actually want to do another part, but you know what? I'm gonna say that for another discussion. I think we did enough with the immigration and stuff like that, and I'm actually do a part two. So y'all definitely take what the little information that I gave y'all for this part one into account. Part two, we're gonna get a little deeper. We're gonna do a little reading. We're gonna do a little soul searching to see where y'all really at when it comes to this situation and this subject. And but like I said, it is no hate to any migrant that's in this country already. I mean, shit. If you was here before this current border crisis, years in advance, 10 years plus, then cool. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about you. We talking about the now illegal immigrants that's coming in here and basically on the way trying to take over America. Right? It's as I said again, it's not fair to us. It's not it's not it's just not fair, man. It's not good. It's not nothing that I would have thought this country would actually have came to at this point. But we are here, and this is who we are. And it's kind of a sad moment in our in this American lifetime. But again, I digress, and I guess we're gonna end it right there. This has been a pretty good show for part one. Y'all know how we doing on part two. We go big, and I'm gonna try to find me a nice guest to get in here and chime on with me. So y'all definitely stay tuned for part two of this. And we gonna get it in. But for right now, like I said, man, y'all dig into what's going on with this whole border crisis, southern border crisis. I just pray that both sides with the government and Texas can kind of get a hold on it. But until then, we can't do nothing but sit back and watch and see what goes on. But other than that, I can say that it's been fun so far. Y'all be on the lookout for part 2, and also be on the lookout for BangEmCity Cafe to come back strong and in full effect. I got some good guests coming on that we're gonna be interviewing on the BangEmCity Cafe, and y'all definitely ain't gonna want to miss that. I ain't gonna reveal them right now. I'm gonna take my time. I'm just happy to be back, y'all. But other than that, this is your boy Trabmatic, and this is nice little music for Joe Biden, because you need to tell us what you gonna do with your old ass.